What are the best ways to conceal carry your gun without a belt? Now, I know the optimal way to carry is a good pair of pants and a nice belt. But let's be honest, that's not always comfortable. And there are a lot of reasons why you might not be able to carry with a belt. A lot of that could be comfort, like I just said. Maybe you're going to the gym, maybe you're going for a run, you're exercising, all of your jeans are in the wash, or let's just say maybe all you've got are a comfy pair of sweatpants.
These sweatpants are all that fits me right now.
So with that, if you're not gonna use a belt, these are the best 5 ways that you can conceal carry without one. The first way you can conceal carry without a belt is to just clip it right onto your waistband. So this utilizes a system called an ulti clip. And basically, don't worry, the gun's unloaded for all you buds out there. So how the ulti clip works is you can take any holster that you have and honestly just replace it with one of these. And it's cool because it like just clips and folds down. So you can really clip it on anything. Like I have this set up with what's called a trigger guard holster. So really the holster just covers the trigger guard, and that's just to make it more concealable so it's not sticking out of my sweatpants. Now, if you're gonna conceal carry using an ulti clip like this, one of the things you wanna be careful of is to make sure your pants have a good thick elastic like these ones have, or a strong enough like string that you can tie. Because you still want this secured to your body so it's not flopping around as you're moving. And so if you got like a good thick band or a nice tie, then you're gonna like fold that up, and it's real easy. You just slide that in there, boom, like that. And then it's pretty concealed. Like I mean, when I look at myself in the mirror, when I'm doing this, or if you're watching right now, it's kind of hard to tell if it's even there, which is one of the reasons I really like it. Now, there are pros and cons of this. One of the pros is it can still be almost as fast as drawing from appendix if you have a belt, because it's real easy, it's accessible. You can just pull up, grab, and then you're good to go. It's right there. Another pro is you don't have to worry about getting a belt on. You can just slide it in whatever pants or whatever shorts you're wearing and you're good to go. But one of the cons of doing this is, depending on the pants you're wearing, this is what I found, is it can be kind of uncomfy. If you tie it tight enough, it kind of pinches right there on the side. And so it can kind of dig into your hips a little bit. And so that's why having like a good strong elastic on your pants is key for comfort, so you're not having to tie your drawstring so tight. Another con though with that is when you're practicing, if you draw and you're able to get it out, it doesn't always stay tucked in like that. And also, because this is just a trigger guard holster, reholstering after you've used it is kind of dangerous, because you don't want to accidentally have your shirt snag on the trigger and have it, you know, send your posterity into oblivion that way. And so if you want to reholster using an ulti clip holster that's just a trigger guard, you've got to take it out, put it back in safely, and then get it back in there. Another con with this is it does kind of bounce around. It moves around more than it does than if you have a belt. So if you're like doing something super active, like, I don't know, running or wrestling or, you know, walking around a lot, you got to be careful because it can slide around, it can move around. And so to help mitigate that, I've actually put a wing on the side to help press it up against my band and my drawstring right there. But, you know, to each their own, however you want to do it, really. So this is probably the most frequent way that I can still carry without a belt, is using this ulti clip. But let's move on to another option. Another really good option to conceal carry without a belt is using one of these belly band holsters right here. I like these a lot because it's really comfortable. It's pretty generic. You can fit almost any like concealed carry sized pistol here on the side, just like that. It's got like a Velcro thing. You wrap it around your body and just pull it closed. And then depending on the position you want it in, you put your shirt down and it's pretty concealed. Now, some of the pros and cons of the belly band holster. A big pro with this one is you can really adjust how you want this put. You can like have it around here, appendix, like that. Or if you're a 5 o'clocker, you can carry it back there at 5 o'clock down there and it still conceals pretty well. Another pro is it's really comfy. The belly band itself is a fabric, kind of a stretchy neoprene. There's a lot of different brands that make these. I just got this one on, I think, Amazon or something, but it's really comfy. It does sit snug, but it spreads out like the weight of how it's carried across like the thick band. Now, a con with it though, is this one's really, depending on how you carry, it's not that stable. For example, I don't really carry appendix if I'm carrying with a belly band holster because it sticks out pretty far and it moves around pretty easily. And in fact, it actually sticks out and causes a little bit more printing. You can kind of see that there. That could be just because I have a holiday dad gut going on right now, but that's there's no way that's the case, okay? It's gotta be because it's just less stable. There's not like anything keeping it up or really strapped super tight. Another con is that the draw is a little bit slower, because if you're gonna carry, like, let's say on your hip side like this, you either have to, you know, reach across your shirt, pull up like that, or you can pull up with your hand, but then you still gotta pull up this retaining snap, and then you can get in and get your gun out. So it does take a little bit more, and that's where practicing is really important. If you're gonna carry this way, make sure you practice so you can get a faster draw out, kind of like that. I guess another slight con is if you are practicing with it a lot, reholstering it is not as quick as like a Kydex holster, because you pull out, you know, you draw, you do your shooting, and if you want to reholster it, you've got to move this thing out of the way, you've got to pull that kind of elastic holster there, and then re-snap it. But the nice thing is if you get the right one, if you see here, this one's kind of nice because it does have a built-in trigger guard right there that covers the trigger, so nothing can get in there and actually touch it. So it does keep it kind of safe, but it might sketch you out a little bit, or might be a little bit worrisome to some of you to carry this way. So there are pros and cons to this one, but it is another great option for concealed carry. A third way you can conceal carry without a holster is through a holster system like this. This one's called the Enigma Express. This is what my wife carries. I had to adjust this for myself. This is probably what I think is the most consistently stable way you can conceal carry without a belt. And so how this system works, I have this over my clothes just so you can see it a little bit better, but it has a built-in hard Kydex holster that's really easy to, you know, draw and reholster. And how it works is you have this nylon sort of a belt. It's not a gun belt, that's why this is a beltless carry, but it wraps around you like this, comes around the side, and then here is a thigh strap that helps keep it tailored in when you go to draw your firearm. Now this is a really unique holster setup that does take some getting used to. We got firing on all fronts over here. Some pros and cons of this specific holster setup. A big pro, when you wear this underneath your pants and your shirt, like over your underwear, of course, if you're an underwear wearing person, then you can really wear anything you want over this. You can wear baggy sweatpants, shorts, I mean, I guess jeans if you want to, but that's what we're trying to avoid, right? You can wear really whatever you want over this, and it still works just the same because it's all contained within itself. When you draw, it's got that thigh strap that keeps it tailored there. The waistband helps distribute the weight across your waist, and it's honestly, another pro is it's honestly pretty comfortable. I'm wearing it right now, and it's like I don't really notice that it's there as much as, say, the belly band, because the belly band covers a large area, or like a waistband clip, because then it's like really tight against your waist. So another pro is that the draw is really easily, you can reholster really well because it's just like a typical Kydex holster that's built into that. Some cons though. The first con is the whole system and clip setup and everything like that is a little bit complicated. So it does take some getting used to and some learning to understand how that works best for you. Another con is this is under your clothes. So like if you're in public and you need to relieve your bladder or something like that, it's kind of, I mean, you can't really take it off. So you've got to wear it in such a way that you can like do what you need to do in the bathroom. There's not much room to adjust it in public, is really what I'm trying to say. And another con is depending on, you know, how tight your pants or your shorts are, this right here can leave room for some printing around your thigh. You might see that. You might see this strap coming up there. And so printing is potential with this one still, but realistically, it's gonna have a similar imprint as like a regular, you know, belted Kydex holster as well, so it's not too much of a con. And I guess another con for this one is this system is a bit pricier. Do with that what you will. And as far as I know, I think there's only one company that makes this. I'm not sure. This definitely is not sponsored by them. It's just my wife likes it and I think it's a pretty sweet system. So let's take a look at another way you can conceal carry without a belt. All right, well, this next way to conceal carry without a belt, I bet you'll never guess. I bet you'll never be able to see it on my body. Oh, you do? Yeah, that's because it's in my pocket. Pocket carry is the next way you can conceal carry without a belt. Now, it's just like it sounds. You take your firearm, you carry it in your pocket. Now, there are some obvious pros to pocket carrying and there are some definite cons, so let's get into it. The first pro is it's so easy. Oh, I'm going out, get my gun, okay, let's go, ready to go. Like, you just pop that thing in your pocket and you're good to go. Another pro is it's cheap. You don't need to buy an expensive holster to get this into your pocket, and it can be, hypothetically, I don't suggest being in a situation where you need to be like this, but if you have it in your pocket and you feel like you're in a position where you might need to draw quickly to defend your life or someone else, then it's really easy to just pull it out. You know, you can grab your pistol in your pocket and be ready to draw if you need to. Some definite cons with that though, the trigger protection. They make holsters that you can put in your pocket that act as a trigger guard. That's something else you gotta be aware of, and you gotta know how that fits in your pocket. If you're not doing that, then you really gotta be careful that nothing snags that trigger while in your pocket. Or a lot of people fidget with stuff. If you're gonna stick your hand in your pocket with your gun and you're gonna fidget with that trigger, probably not that good of a thing to do. So it's not very safe. It's kind of the big overarching con, is it's not safe, and you've really got to practice with it and understand the safety measures behind it to know how to do it appropriately. Another con, I guess this is a pro and a con, the concealability of it. If you've got big pockets, a big coat, you've got a lot of layers on, a pro is it can conceal really easily. I've got a big winter coat that has a big pocket that I've actually, on walks with my dog, when I'm wearing really like heavy sweatpants or snow pants and I don't feel like trying to figure out a way to get my gun in there, I've slipped it in just the pocket before, the big pocket of that coat. But a con, like I'm just wearing like athletic sweatpants here, it prints. Like you're gonna take one look at me and you're like, ah, you're not allowed to come in this school. So those are the pros and cons of pocket carry. Now let's look at the last way to carry without a belt. So this is the fanny pack or chest bag if you're a man. I personally enjoy carrying in this, not all the time. It just kind of depends on what I'm wearing, but if I'm like already dressed in like some athletic wear or hiking gear or things like that, this is a quick grab if I want to quickly add my gun to whatever I'm carrying. So let me show you how it works. Carrying with an external bag, which you can use a backpack, some women or I guess fruity men will use a purse. I mean, I guess you could call this a purse. My son does, and it's actually pretty funny. You want to find a bag that can safely and securely conceal your gun. Now, this is a bag from Cotopaxi, and this was in no way meant to carry a firearm. I just chose this one because I really liked how it looked. There are a lot of fanny packs out there that are made by like gun apparel companies or things like that that are made with built-in holsters or Velcro that you can attach a holster to. And me personally, I wanted something that didn't look at all tactical or whatever, just because I don't like that kind of tactical attention on me. Not saying that that gives you that attention, but that's just me personally. So I'll kind of show you how this is. I carry in this pocket that's closest to me because it's less likely that someone will be able to take it from me. And in this back pocket, I've got, of course, my firearm, and I've got a trigger guard holster that I have attached myself just to keep it more safe within there. So some pros are it's really convenient. If I don't feel like having anything on my waist, if you don't want to have anything weighing you down or obviously printing that you're carrying, you just throw that on, and then, I mean, you can put your wallet, phone, you know, you keep all of your stuff right here, and then everything's accessible, your gun, your wallet, your keys, your phone. Another pro is that it's absolutely concealable. Like, there's no printing, nothing in here that blatantly says, yeah, there's a firearm in here. Like, oh no, like, not that everyone's always looking, but it's like, I don't know, comment down below if you can still carry and you're always paranoid that people are gonna see if you're printing. For me, I always am. I always think I'm printing. So this, for me, removes any shadow of a doubt that I am printing. Now, another pro is it's comfortable. I mean, if you choose the right rig, the right setup, it is comfortable, and it is like adaptable. You can do it there, or, you know, if you're old school, you can put it around your waist like that. I personally don't do that just because I like the gun to be closer where I can grab. Yeah, that's why I don't like carrying this on my waist. You've got to be able to get to the zipper, get it all the way down, get your hand in there behind the gun, and then pull it out and go. Some pretty big cons for this. You got to make sure that your trigger's not going to bump up against anything. That's why I have this trigger guard holster that's on there. And how it works is I have it just tied around right there. And when I pull it out to like draw, then it comes off and then I can present. So you got to be careful with making sure that trigger stays safe and that it is secure in whatever you're carrying. Another con is the draw time. Now, obviously, the more you practice with any carry method, the better you'll get and the smoother you'll get at it. But there's a huge difference in just being able to pop up your shirt, reach down, grab your pistol, and present and fire, as opposed to having to unzip, reach down there, grab it out, and then present. So it still can be pretty quick, but you've really got to practice for it. Adding with that, if you only carry one way, like with a belt, appendix carry, and you only practice that way, you can get really, really, really fast, and that's really, really good. When you start adding other ways that you will carry, you've got to start practicing for those ways as well. So if you carry with like this bag or even in the other ways, you now should be adding that type of carry with all of your training regimen to make sure that you are able to handle carrying in that type of way. And perhaps probably the biggest con to carrying this way in a kind of an external bag is this bag, it's got to stay on you at all times. If I go anywhere and I'm carrying a gun in this bag stays on my shoulder no matter what. Like, I don't set it down on a bench. I don't like take it off to, you know, like, oh, it's hurting my shoulder, I guess I'll swing it this way. You know, you've really got to keep it secure and on you at all times, because you don't want someone getting hold of your bag with a firearm in it that you don't know, that you don't trust, or that you just don't want having it. But that being said, this is still a pretty viable way to conceal carry. Just make sure you train and you're ready to handle it when the time comes. All right, and those were the 5 best ways that you could conceal carry without a belt. Leave a comment down below if you carry without a belt in any different way. Let me know which way was your favorite in the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed yourself, make sure to subscribe and like the video, share with whoever you want. And as always, stay awesome, dude.